to Civil Code Lab. I am so sorry, so sorry. I upload this very late, and though I don't have choice. This is Nigerian, yeah. They haven't been power supplies for days. Like technical issue have been the reason why I upload this very late. I am so sorry. I am very sorry. So in today's lecture, we'll be talking about statement and function. So these two thing in program is very important for you to know right now. Though let me just bring it through it. Let me give it let me bring it to it. So now I have prepared that in the PowerPoint statement now. So now it said, so this is the topic we are having or treating in today's lecture: statement and function. So I'll be explaining and taking you through what's a statement and what's function. So and in the next slide here we have statements. So now there are some written stuff here. It says every C++ program is a collection of statements organized in a certain way to achieve a goal. Um, Sorry for being too fast, and okay, let me try and bring this thing in very calm or in a very easy way for you to understand. Every collection of code you see in your code, and most of you guys are familiar with code, like you have seen what code, you have seen code. So you have seen a program, you have seen a program, you have seen how it is written. Sorry, I have a call. I have to hang it up right now. I'm so sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Sorry. Oh my god, what's going on? Sorry. Sorry guys. Actually, I want to say every code you see on your screen, they are they are called statements. Every lines of code are called statements. So every C++ program is a collection of statements. Like every program you see on your screen, every damn program you see, they are collection of statements. They are all statements. Like one line is a statement, the other line is a statement organized in a certain way to achieve a goal. So they are all written to achieve a goal for you, or for the developer, of course, you, or understand that. So every lines of code are collection of statements organized to achieve a certain goal. So maybe you write a code to just open a door. So every code is being written to open a door. We get to know more. We get to know more of that. So every C++ statement always ends with semicolon. So semicolon is a very way of identifying your statement, and moreover every lines of code is a statement, so you'll be able to identify your code before. So now every code usually have semicolon. So every statement ends with semicolon. If you see a code ends with semicolon, it is a statement. So every statement ends with semicolon. Like now, sorry, I didn't even end this well. So like now, the way I end my statement with full stop here, full stop. The way I end my statement with full stop here, that is an example of, so that is the way statements, or that is the way statement is being end. Just now I write a code and I end it by adding semicolon. That is the end of my statement. So every statement usually have this semicolon at to say I am done with that particular statement. Just like this one. So I am done with this particular one. I put full stop. I move to this statement. I move to this one here. I said I am done with this particular line. I added full stop here. I added full stop here. So that is just the way it happens, how it affects. That is the way it affects statement also, by adding semicolon. So the next one says statement is a basic unit of computation in your C++ program. So they are just basic. They are very simple. They are very easy way to They are very simple code to understand. So they are basic units of computation in your C++ program. So we're going to understand or learn more about statements. So it's just try to understand that it is a basic unit of computation. They are all basic. They are simple code we can easily understand or we can easily identify when we open our C++ program. So statements are executed in order from the top to the bottom when the code is being run. So when you have your code, you have a list of your code. Maybe you have 10,000 code and you want to run a code to perform a particular task for you. So it starts from the top of the program to the bottom. It starts from the top and to the bottom. So that is how your code is being executed. It starts from the top and run downward. And execution keep going until the statement causing the program is terminated. Example, maybe I code and a statement. So in my particular code, I make the code to stop or to, because the code I write means I should stop. Or it's just like a collection of code I write to make the programs or to end the program at the particular points. Maybe I have 10 lines of code and they are all statements. So in the line 6 I said stop, or that's just code. Don't worry, we get to know more about that as we move on. If you get confused, you will get to know more about that as we go deep. So, or another sequence of statements, or another sequence of statements. Example, like I said, a program can make you stop. A statement can make you stop or terminate the program, can terminate the program and can make it run another sequence of statement again. Though this particular logic is in a certain features. This particular logic is in certain features in the program that either it makes you terminate the program or make you run another sequence of another statement. So we get to know more about it. Just try to understand that. I want you to just try to understand this. First of all, try to understand this as a basic part or as an introduction to statements. Try to understand that statement ends with semicolon, and statement is a collection of C++ program is a collection of statements organized to achieve organized in a certain way to achieve a goal. They are all written to achieve a certain goal. It might be more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that you can't just write. There's not just maybe 3 or 4 codes in your programs. So there are a lot of code. There can be a lot of codes, and they are all written to achieve a goal, and they are all end with semicolon. And try to understand these two things first. So and understand that statements are executed in order. Like they are executed in order from the top to the bottom. Program doesn't start from the below of the program, doesn't start from the middle, it starts from the top. So they're trying to understand that. And you might not get this through very well, and we will try to understand that more as we continue or as we go into this course. So now we have function here. I've explained what statement is. So I want to talk more about function. Or I want to talk about function. So in C++, a function is a block that performs a specific task. Example, now you have. I think I showed you function the other day, but let me try and bring you function. Function is a block. It usually have a block of code. Like it is not just like statement. Statement have just one, but function actually have blocks of code that perform a specific task. Inside function, there are statements inside. So they are actually, or let me say, function is actually a block of code that carries statements, like a blocks of code that carries statements. Inside the block of code, there are lists of statements inside. Statements. So I hope you are getting me. Like in function, inside function, there are statements inside. So a function is a block of code that performs a specific task, and it is designed to be reused and to be called or invoked from different parts of the programs as needed. example, you code, you have already declared your function and you want to call it in your main function, or you want to make use of your code. You can make use of it several times. You can reuse it, and it won't really affect any of your code. It will make it makes it neat or really easy to read or review. So by using function is, in fact, you're going to be using a lot of function in this program. You're going to be using a lot, and you're going to understand more about function as we proceed. So function is what I want you to understand right now, in a basic, or let's say basic understanding of function is, a function is a block of code that perform tasks. Just it is a block of code, like a certain block of code. Example, let me just try and bring something for you, like block 1. This is block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4. So they are just like block, they are all together. So it is a block of code, like a block of code. This is a block now. I said this block is for me to, let's say this block for me to build a wall. I'm trying to build a wall. I'm trying to build a wall. A fence, trying to create a wall. So this is a wall. This is a wall. I'm trying, or let's say this particular stuff here is a wall. Let me try and highlight everything from outside. Okay. So now this is a wall. This is a function which has blocks of code inside to achieve what? To create a wall for me. So don't let me confuse you guys. Let me try and give you some simple example of it. So I want to give you an example. This is a function which has code inside to achieve or to perform a specific task. But the task of this function for me is to block. It is a block. Let's say block to guide, or to guide what is it? To guide. You guys, you're trying to. Do you get me? Just to guide, to block this part, to guide this part, to guide this part, to guide this part. So that is how function work. They are blocks of code written inside to perform a specific task. Like function is the carrier of everything. It holds them together, and every code they are written to perform a specific task. So now this is, don't worry, I don't need to talk about it again. So I hope you understand that. And function helps in organizing code. It makes it more modular and easy to understand, test, and maintain. So it's very easy. Like when you get to know more about function, you enjoy it because it makes our code organized. Instead of looking rampant, make it rampant, make it looks rough or untied. By using function, it's going to make your code look neat, like organized. It's going to make it more organized, and it's going to make it more easier to understand and test and maintain. So these features are real simple definition of function: to understand, to test, and to maintain, and to make it organized, to make your code looks organized. So those are the features of function. But what I want you to understand right now is that function is a block of code that performs a specific task. That is what I want you to understand right now. So if I should go to this fourth slide, I actually create a blocks of code to try and bring you to more understanding of our statement on function. So in this particular code, lines of code here, I hope you can see this, please. So okay, now I have this one you see here. This particular one I highlighted here is called function. A function, I'm coming, I'll bring it more. I'll wait to them. A function usually have a return type. A return type. Let me try and I didn't create something for that. I'm coming. Or let me just close this one here. Let me bring this side. A function have sorry, a return type. and arguments. In function of arguments, sorry, function name, I mean function name. A function of parameter list, or you can say argument. We can call it argument or parameter list. And we cannot, a function usually have a return type, function parameter list. So and let me try and copy this stuff, and I'm gonna use it here. So fine. First of all, here, this int you see here is called return type. It's called an integer, and it returns number. But I'll be explaining that more and more in the next lecture. But I want you to try and understand that this int is called integer, or it returns all number, which is number. So this first thing here is called return type. It's called return type, and this one here is called, this next now is called, this add number is called function name. So this is our function. Actually, this is certain lines of code is called function. This is a function name. The function name, the name I give to the function here is called add numbers. Number should be add numbers. Add numbers. So I have parameter list. So a function usually have parameter list. A function must have parameter list. You can also call it arguments or parameter list. So either any one of them, you can just pick any one of them. And this one we have here is what we call statement. Like I said, every function takes blocks of code, and they contain blocks of code to achieve a certain goal. Here we actually have statement inside of this function. Sorry, we actually have statement. This is a certain thing, because I told you statement ends with semicolon. So example of what you see here is what, sorry, example of what you see here is what, because is semicolon. You can just see it. Sorry, you can see it better like this. So this is the semicolon here. So return sum. So every integer or return type function usually return something. You must return after you did your addition. You add the first number and the second number, and you store the value in the sum. So you must return the sum. So you return the sum to the main function, or to where you are using it, but it's mostly used in the main function. Let's say you return it to the main function. So that is about function. So function usually have return type, which is integer. So we are actually returning integer here. That's whole number, or we are returning numbers here. And a function usually have function name, and usually have parameter list, or you can call it argument. So a function usually have this return type also. That's function with integer or a return type. A function with return type usually return something. So we are returning sum. And that is just these lines of code. You're gonna understand more when you get to Visual Studio. If you are really confusing right now, if I'm really confusing to you guys right now. So now let me try and explain the other parts. So this is the main function, like the entrance code, our entrance code, the entrance point of our program. This is the entrance point, and there I declared, though I haven't really explained this variable, and sorry, I haven't really explained this one here, and this I haven't really talked more about that. I will be talking more about that in the next lecture. So here I am actually assigning 10, like the value of 10 to this first number. I am giving 10 this first number because of this particular data type we have here. I haven't really explained what data type is, but I will try and talk more about that. So what happened here is that I am storing the value of 10 in this particular first number we have here. I store the value of 10 here. So now whenever we declared or call this particular, it's already called 10. So I am giving the value of 10 to this one. Before this has no value, it's meaningless. It has no value until I store this in the memory of, I store 10 in the memory of first number, and I store 15 in the memory of, second number. So the value of 10 of first number will be 10, and the value of second number will be 15. So here I sum them together, like I sum the both number. I sum the first number and the second number, and I sum them in the sum here. I declared another if I said a variable, I don't think you understand, but don't worry, I try and call another variable. I will explain what variable is more about that in the next lecture. So I actually store this both sum of these two inside of this particular sum here. Like example, 10, which is first number, and 15, which is second number, I add them together plus, and yet I put them inside this sum here. So now this one here will be giving the value of the both number, of the both first number and the second number. The value of both number here, this number here, this one will be giving, this sum will be giving the value. And yes, we talk about function, and so this one here is what called function here. I am trying to call the function we used the other time. So function, this is what we call function here. So now I actually declare the function outside my main function, like outside my main function here. That's the entrance of my code. I declared it outside, so I am calling it inside my code. I am making use of it. I'm making use of my code. I'm making use of my code inside my I'm making use of my code inside the main function. So yeah, I have actually used the value of this. I have declared this one, and I stored the add numbers. This add number I have here, add number here, first number and second number is being added. I don't know if you try and get this. This is what happened here. This is exactly what happened here. This is a function. I declared a function, and I put the value of this particular value in this function. This particular value in this function. It's gonna work, and we're gonna return that particular value into this sum here, just like we return type here, just like we return sum here. So this particular stuff, this particular function here is what we call return. It's generally have return type. So we actually return the value of first number and the second number we have here inside this particular function here. If you add minus to this place, sorry, come in, I'm trying to understand this. Oh, I think there's error in this code here. I don't need to add this particular stuff. I can just call them comma. I can add comma to it. So since I have added the two together here, I don't need to add them together again here. So even if I had minus to this particular stuff, if I had minus, so it's gonna subtract it for me. So this one here, I'm just using the value of this particular number here. I'm using the value of this particular variable here, this number here. I'm using the value in this particular function here. So this one actually represents this one here, and this second one here actually represents the second one here, which is inside of our function here. So the first number here is this one here, and the second number here is this one here. So I have actually added them here. I've added them together and returned them inside the main function. So I return them in sum. Due to the fact that I have actually returned them. Add these two together and return it to this particular sum. So I make a return to this sum here. So we are actually making we are calling it here that add these two number for me and send the value to this particular number here. And we actually make use of the function again, we just add number, direct number to it, direct value to it, direct. You don't initialize, or we don't put the value in a variable, or in a variable just like this. We just call it direct, and it's gonna do the same thing. Add both number for us, add both numbers for us, add 31 and 22. It's gonna add them and store it here. So as we declare this, we're gonna see what it's gonna give us, and we're gonna see what this is gonna give us. And yet another like easy way of using function is that you can call it direct. You know, in this function here, you're actually doing something. You are adding this one here, adding 31 plus 32, and 31 plus 22, and we're going to store the value here, and we are calling the value here. We can also do it in a way that we can I'm using the same value. No, I don't use the same value. Let me use something else. So if I should add this, if I should call this particular, print this particular stuff here, I am actually doing the same thing here. The same thing that is happening here is the same thing that is happening here. But this is just one of the easiest way of doing it, by declaring it direct without not initializing any into a variable. I just call it direct. But don't worry, you understand more about that. And so now let me try and give you now. So what I'm actually doing in the function here, in the function I have here, is like I am telling the first number, which is this one here, first number, and the second number is sent or to return, or is meant to return some. They are added, or they are called together to send, or to add together and send to, or to return some. That is how function works. What function makes use of the statement declared inside, like a return statement type. Make use of the statement inside the function and return it, so it can be used in wherever you have, so it can be used in your code. I'm sorry. Let's go to the C++ and it's Visual Studio, and let's try and understand more about this thing. You might get confused and as we are going through this. So now I'm going to go to our folder we declared, and sorry, I have a call again. Sorry. So what we're gonna do is gonna go to document, and we're gonna go to code lab, and we're gonna create another folder. Create a folder. Why is it ringing? Sorry. So I added folder here. I create a new folder, and I'm trying to go into the next lecture. I'm sorry, I don't know why I just feel tired. I'm sorry, I just feel a little bit tired. That's the reason why I'm not really going along there. So statements and function, and we're gonna go to our template here. Sorry, we're gonna go to our template here and copy. So I'm gonna do this, and without not saying much, because I expect you guys to know how to do this right now. Sorry. I'm waiting, please. Okay, so C and code. So it should be able to pop up via Visual Studio Files and open directly to the folder we just created. And in this particular program here, we're going to be talking about statement and function. So I'm going to clear this one away. No, not you. I'm going to clear this away. and I can close this if I like. And so now I explain function. I can actually copy my code, the code I have here. I can copy the code I have here, so I don't need to type those in again. No, I'm not doing this right now. So I copy my code and no error. No error. So I copied my code here. I'll be copying my code here and be using them. Or is it proper that way? Don't let me do it that way. It looks, oh, return, oh my goodness. Oh, no, this is error. I shouldn't have copied everything. This is error. And I'm gonna add something here. I'll explain this later. And so this is good. Am I good to go? Okay, I'm good. So now this is a function. Like I said, this is a function. Return sum. Function return sum. So I am returning sum in this function. So here I'm going to declare a statement. Actually, you know what statement, but I'm going to declare it again. So statement. So this is a statement. Let's say first num I know my first is not correct. So second number, and my WhatsApp is popping up. Something is going on. Sorry. Okay. Someone actually is calling me from WhatsApp. For my phone, from my system. Okay. Hopefully I won't really get interrupted right now. So now I have statements. This is the statement. A statement ends with semicolon. This is the statement. I am actually giving the value of 10 inside this particular variable I have here. So I am let me just give the simple name of this. This is called a variable. I will explain more about that in the next lecture. So this one here is called variable. So I am actually giving the value of 10 inside this variable. Like I am giving the value of 10 to this first number here. It's simply called 10 now. So now this is simply called 16. I don't think I use 16 there, but I'll be using 16 now. And next thing I did now I'll be creating a sum. I'll add them together. I'll add the first number. So now it's very, my Visual Studio is already helping me out with the with the variable, giving me, just helping me out. And we have second nums, and so I am adding the value of, or I am calling the value of first num, and the second number is 16. So I am adding the two and giving it to sum. So the value of the both value will be stored here. So you should know that yourself. Don't worry, I don't need to say that. And next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna print this thing out, and we're gonna see what we have inside. So the value I am not really going through that. So sum, or let's say sum, and we're gonna say xd cnal, and I don't need to save. I actually go and click on how to save, so I don't need to save again. So I'll just go to this particular place, go to terminal, and run build tags. So it's gonna pop out my compiler. So I rebuild with GCC 14. So Now let's look at our code. Let's look at our code. Yeah, you're gonna see what's gonna happen. I'm gonna wait. You're gonna build our binary code for us. Compile is gonna build our binary code, and let's wait till it get compiled. Sorry. It's taking too long. Oh, don't you really like that? It's taking too long. Taking too very long. Why now? It's taking too long. Okay. Yeah. Oh, since. Oh my god. So build finish. That's build our binary successfully. So let's look what is in our code. So we're gonna probably kill this terminal, and we're gonna call the terminal again, and we're gonna add dots. This one again is slow. Come on. So we're gonna put dots. I actually add dots, so it's kind of slow. Okay. So dot slash code and lab. So once I close it, so now it's say the value of the both numbers is, or whatever the value of the both number is, so what I'm actually after is this one here. So I add the both number here. This one I'm actually doing here is called statement. Sorry. It's called statement. See, my pronunciation is worse. Yeah, my pronunciation is worse. So here is what we call first number, second number, and I add the both here. I add the first number and second number, which is 10 and 16. I give it to the value of sum, or I actually pass it to the value of sum, and here I call it. So the value of the both numbers is sum. So now sum is now 26. If we call up, like we make mention of first number and second number, it's gonna give us exactly what is in the front, exactly what is there. So we're gonna do the same thing again. Let's try and do something like that. And so we're gonna do something just like that. So first number. So yeah, Visual Studio with assistors, and we're gonna do again second number. Should be able to assist. Okay, good. And we're gonna do something different. So we're gonna write the value of first number is the value of second number is, so the value of both numbers are supposed to be r, or I don't know. So good. Then I can actually run it again. So terminal, build with tags, and again. So let's look the results. Let's check for the results. And so this is a statement. Like I said, this is a statement. This is a function. This is a function here. So just try and notify. Just try and get what function and statement is. And inside of function, we can locate our statements. So every function contains blocks of statements. Every function, this function contains blocks of statements. This is a statement. I can actually add or make more statements than using here. So now let's try and look. It has been successfully. Let's try and check what is there. So now let's try and I'm gonna claim this terminal and make this thing look white and dot slash code. Sorry. Lab. So good. This is good. So now the first value, the value of the first number is what is, which is 10. I said it. What is in the front here? That is exactly what is there. Then you see the value of the second number is 16, which is what is here 16, which is what is here 16, and I add the both number by using this addition sign. By using this addition sign, I add the both numbers together, and yet I store it in sum, and it gave me 26. So that is it. It's very simple. So that is function. So now I have actually used, sorry, that is statement, I mean. So that is statement. So now I have actually used my function. I am good, I am fine. So I want to make use of my function. I call function here, so I'm going to make use of my function. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to clear this away. I don't need them here. I don't need this one anymore. So I'm going to call my, so now I said I'll just what I'm going to do. I'm going to reduce this one here. I'll reduce this particular one I have here. So I'm going to say add number, and so I'm going to add first number and comma and second number. So I'm going to put this particular there, and I'm going to say sum. So now I am actually passing this one here is actually the one that is actually I'm having here. I'm going to tell you I'm going to show you how or why this particular one here, before it was sum, everything I have here supposed to be 26, and if I should have it again, it's going to be 26, and I store it inside this particular place and I print it. If I should run it again, this is a function, I'm calling a function now. I return this particular function. Let's see this is how the code runs. When I start the code, or when the code start running, the code will notify that I declared this particular one and sent this one inside this one. It runs the second one, and it gets to this particular one. It adds these two number and send it to this particular number, and it is stored there in the memory. It is stored in the memory. So when it gets to this particular place, the compiler notice something is going on. It's going to notice that in my code here, I did not have add nums, and what's going on? This is exactly what the compiler is going to do. So it's going to take this particular number we have here. It's going to store it in the memory. So it's going to store this particular place, this 18. So it's going to store this 18 in the memory. CPU is going to put it in the CPU for you, and goes to this particular place. It's going to look for add nums in our code. So it's going to give this place a particular sign, like, oh, I'm coming back, 18, I'm coming back. I want to look for this code. I want to look for what is happening. I want to look for this code. So it's going to go through our programs. If you have a lot of code, like 10,000, it's going to look for it, all your code. So it's going to go to your next, or look for this particular function here. Then goes to this particular function and see, okay, yeah, you define this particular stuff here. Okay, it's going to make this first one this one, and it's going to make this first one this one. And when you use this first one, this one, you make use of it in a statement that said first number plus second number, and send the value to sum, and it's going to do the same thing here. So when it's done, it's going to return. So once it's done adding this first number here, that's the compiler is going to do. It's going to add the two number and return and give it to sum, and it's going to do what? Return it to sum. So when you return it, so you once you return your statement, it's going to go back to the program you call 18. It's going to do exactly, just add this one together like you have it there. Add this one and add this one, and then send it to this particular one here, and we print it out. So now I'm going to show you how. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to change this, or let me print it first, and though there won't be difference, they won't be really different. There won't be different in it. What should we do? Let's run it. I'm going to run it for you, or if I should run it, there won't be different, because I use the same thing here. So there won't be different. I don't think I need to, but because it's gonna give me the same result. But don't worry, I'm gonna do makes a little bit difference. dot code. Okay, good. So now it's 26, fine. And let me keep this one aside. And this one I'm gonna do, I'm gonna what should I do? Okay, now I am gonna copy this one here and paste it down here, and this one here I'm gonna change the value to 19. I'm gonna change the value to I'm going to change the value to 18. So now, let me give it higher value. This is 40. So this is what this compiler is going to do now. The same thing it did. There. Now the same thing is going to do here. So, but now, since I have actually added the new value to this one, the old value is gone. So it's going to do is going to add 19 and 40 and going to send it to some, and it's going to give us the particular one we have here. So let's try and run it. And let's try and run it. So we should be expecting different value now, and the value we should be expecting should be different. And dots code lab. Sorry, not supposed to be there. So now it's 59. If we should add 40 and 19, it should give us 59. So that's the difference. The work of this particular stuff here. Is addition. Even if we give this one minus now. Let's say we give this one minus. Let's say we give it a minus, and I save it, and or let's say, what should I do? Okay, let's say I actually comment this one, and I comment this particular one we have here, and I give it a minus we have here, and let's run it back. Let's see what's going to give us here. Let's run a compiler again. Let's see what's going to happen. Is it this one that is going to work, or the function that is here is going to work? Since we already changed it to minus here, we already changed the value to minus here. Is it going to minus this 16 from 10, or how? Let's check it out. Or it's going to look at the function we have here. Okay, good. So here we can have dot slash code lab 26. Why? We are still using the same function. We are still using what? The same function. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. This one here is still the function we are using, so it is still plus. So we keep adding the plus. I already tell you the way the compiler run it. It goes to this particular code here. Once you see that this is a function, it notices that you have add number, and it is not even written. It is not in this particular code here. Sorry, I don't like the way this stuff is working like this. So if compiler is going to notice that you don't have this particular lines of code here, this add number is not, it doesn't recognize it here. So it's going to save this particular part here and go and look for this particular code. So once you see this code here, it's going to do this. What it's going to do? It's going to add. Okay, fine. We have adding here. We're going to make use of the first parameter we have here as this one here, and it's going to make the second parameter as this one we have here, and it's going to do what? Follow the rules we have here. The rules we have here is going to follow the rules. What rules we have? We have first number plus second number, and we send it here, and we return it. So after we return it, the compiler go back to our line and do what? And return it to this particular sum we have here. So it's going to add it and return it to this one here. And once we return it here, we call it here. So it doesn't go through this, it doesn't check for this. It's ignored what we have here. It's not recognized, it's ignored. But if we should comment this out and run the code again. Okay, please be fast. Okay, good. Build and code and clear terminal and dot slash. No, clear terminal, please. Clear terminal, please. What's going on? I want to clear the terminal. Why are you still showing? If I should clear terminal, this stuff is very slow. Then it's too slow. So lab and this. So we have minus what 6 minus 6 because I have commented so it doesn't have function again. It doesn't add anything for us again. Does not add any stuff for us again. Does not add any stuff for us again. It does not add any stuff again because we did not have function anymore. We have already commented out, so it's follow the rules we have here. But if you comment, if you make uncomment this out, it's going to go through this particular code we have here and go to the function and do the adding together and return the sum. Once you return the sum, it comes back to this particular place here and return it to the sum here. We can actually change. It's not necessary to use sum. We can change to something else. We can use add. You can use add. You can just change all this one we have here. You can use add. Doesn't matter. Just because it is sum and sum does not matter. So we can actually change what we have here. It's going to give us the same results. So let's try and let's run it again. It's going to give us the same thing. It's going to give us the same thing. It's going to give us something because doesn't matter because we have some here doesn't mean that we are following the it knows the sum. Once we did it here is that it's just to make it recognize that yes I'm returning to this particular stuff. I have returned what we have here to this place here, and for you it's just to recognize this particular place. The compiler is just for you to recognize that what we have here, I want to know what is in this particular code here. That is what the compiler just want to know. I want to know what is it. So it's going to go through, save this particular line, go through the function and do this particular summing or anything it is there, and yet bring those value we have there and put it in this particular place. That is what the compiler is going to do. So let's view what is inside here and see it's going to be the same result we have before. It's not maybe because of we have or okay, it's going to be this the result of it's not going to be minus again. It's going to be 26. I mean it's going to be 26. It's not going to be minus 6 because we have actually make a function and it has go through it. So let's check it out. Oh sorry I didn't really click on the terminal. So yes, 26. You say it is 26. So this does not matter. What matter is what we have in the function here. So it send it to the particular place and it's print it out. So that's what you should know. And another easy way of using our function another easy way of using the function is by declaring it direct. Let's say I directly use my function. I don't need to initialize the value. So I don't need to initialize the value like the way I did it here. I give the value of my return statement. I put it in a particular place. I drop it here. Does not matter anyway. I can do it this way too. I can maybe add 45 and 80. Doesn't matter. It's gonna give me the results. So you can actually do this one. It's very easy. Just you don't need to start calling. It reduces your lines of code. You can the same thing that happens here. That happens here also. So you don't need to start initializing and start using it. And if you want to, anyhow, programmers' skills are different. So you can use any method you feel like it's convenient for you, and just let's try and run this stuff again. Sorry guys, getting too long. It's getting too long, huh? Sorry. Okay, successfully built, and let's mark this and let's go to terminal again and let's view it and let's do our code. Sorry, I blocked. So here I have these two things is going to give us different results, like we know it, and doesn't give us compiler error because we did we write the correct programs. So now we have 1 125, which is the sum of 80 and 45. So that is what we have here, and here is what we call 26. So you can actually reuse your code. So you can reuse this as many as you want. You can use as many as you want. Let's say let me just show you another method. Let me just show you that you can use your function. I declare this function once, like once. I create this function once, and I'm using it here. I've already reused it twice. Like I've already reused it here. I've already reused it here. I can use it again. So let me just give you an example of the way I'm using it. So I'm gonna say, how should I do? Okay, let's just do stuff like this. Print, and let's do something like this. Let's do something like this. And so you can reuse it instead of me creating this stuff over and over again, changing the value, I don't need to. I can just do it like this. I can just do like this. 10, 15. I can just do any as I want. I can reuse it as much as possible. Like in the explanation here, I told you that you can reuse. Yeah, you can actually reuse your code, your function. Okay, yeah, it is designed to be reused and to be called or invoked from different parts of your program. So I am trying to use this program here. I'm trying to reuse it here. I'm trying to reuse the function over and over again. I can use as much as possible, and it's going to give me different results. I can actually do it outside here too. So I can do the same thing here. So add. So it's going to be add number, but I'm going to use some in. So it's going to give me difference or. So what I did here is that I actually call, or is it necessary? It's not necessary anyway. I'll give that as handwork for you guys to do. So I don't need to do that. So let me just try and reuse this particular code again and again. So save, and sorry, you don't need to save that. Just run the code and see. You're gonna see different results. These different results here. So it's going to see the sum of this part here, the sum of this one here, because it's actually what we have here. So we're actually adding numbers, and I think you should understand that right now. Okay, build successfully, and let me clear the terminal. And now I'm gonna write name of my tire. So why is this way again? So here we have very simple. So the first one is gonna be 26, which is the adding of this one here and this one. Oh, sorry. I just use the value of this particular one here. I use the value here, the value of the both here. I use the value add here. So it goes to this one, which is function. It adds the first one and the second one. The next one it adds 11 plus 11. Sorry, what did I have here? Sorry, 10 plus 15 is going to be 25, and it adds 11 plus 11, 26. So that's how you reuse your function. You can reuse it as much as possible. So it won't affect you. So you use it with different value. But you can use it. That's just the benefit of it. And this is one of the easiest way of using your function, by calling it direct. That's why if you want to print it, just to print it to the console direct. So we are using it more than one. So that's everything about function and statement. Not really everything, but for this particular stage right now, we won't be going much, or we won't be explaining much. And I'm sorry, is this the fourth lecture? Oh my goodness, I think I make error in this part last stuff here. This is not the fourth lecture. Okay, it's the fourth. This is the fourth. Sorry, it's the fourth. Though it is the first that we actually have in this particular folder here, but actually not the faults I have treated. So now let me gain this cleansing way. So as a let's say as a handwork, I'm gonna tell you guys you're gonna do is that you're gonna create another function. Is gonna sum, like subtract first number from the second number, and you're gonna create another one again. That's for multiplication. It's gonna multiply the first number, second number, just the way we have it here. So I hope you guys understand that. So we're gonna do for subtraction and addition. Sorry, I have done the addition. So it's gonna do for multiplication and subtraction, and I think that's all. So just do that. You can just play with it, practice it. If you don't understand anything or you are confused about some things, I will take my time and explain or talk or try and make you understand that. I'm sorry, I just feel tired. Like I feel tired. That's the reason why I'm not really going smoothly. And I hope you get this. And thank you very much for. So in the next lecture, don't worry, the next lecture I'm gonna bring the next lecture. I'll upload it in the group, and if you are watching, just be expecting the next lecture. I don't really have the topic right now, and I'm sorry. So thank you very much. Bye. So I'm gonna just close this one and close this one. Save. And oh my god, my WhatsApp is showing. Oh my goodness, my WhatsApp is showing up. So close it to and bye.